John Gielgud gave you your big break and probably was the most influential person in your life. Let's talk about how you first got together and what influence has Gielgud had on your style.
Well, I think Gielgud had an enormous influence on the whole of my generation, which is 10 years younger than his. He was the first, I mean, he was a great romantic actor at his time in the early 30s. He was the first person to have a sort of very successful, solid company which he formed around him. He was the first person to kind of bring in designers and directors from the continent, from France or Russia, or wherever it may be. I mean, he did open up more than anyone else, more than any other actor by far, the English theatre scene at that period. He'd seen me when I was a student actor give a performance, and I kind of got the prize or whatever this nonsense those things are for it. And I was penniless and out of work, and I went to see him to see if he could suggest. He was playing in a play at the time. I mean, I'd never met him.
Right.
And he sent me after 2 or 3 things in quick succession. One was to understudy Douglas Fairbanks Jr. Well, I mean, you know, it was ridiculous. I was a sort of, what was I, 20, I suppose. And, you know, nothing like Douglas Fairbanks Jr.
Yes, no, I can't.
And anyway, I didn't get that. He sent me off to something else where I was told to get off the stage because I wasn't an actor. And he sent me off to something anyway. And eventually I went to his dressing room to kind of report on the day's disasters. And he had £20 on his dressing room table, which at that time was quite a considerable sum of money. I mean, it would have been, what, $100 or something. And he said, "You're too thin, you look as if you're not eating. Please take that money, and I will give you a job as soon as I can, I'm sure you." And I refused the money. I was kind of too proud to take it. I had no money. I mean, I was starving. I was literally living on an apple and a bun and a glass of milk a day.
Yes.
And I walked out of his dressing room, and I happened to go past the London Theatre where I saw a new production was coming on. And I went to the box office instead of the stage door. I was lightheaded, I suppose, to ask for any chance of an acting job. And the stage manager happened to be there at the same time. Good fortune has dogged me all my life.
Yes.
And he said, "Come and read to me." And I went and read, and he said, "You've got the job." And I started then and there. And really was never out of work again, and except by my own desire or wish.